Okay. All right. Let's get it. Let's go. Trader Malera in the building. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Let's go. All right. It's been a while since I've done, not really a while, but I think the last time I did a live was last week, and then I had to, go do some stuff, make sure that we are, okay, at least in a comfortable position to do this without having to worry so much with what's going on behind outside of trading. So that's taken care of in the meantime as we keep going. So what I'm gonna do is I need to get rid of all of this whatever. I can't remember why I did. Oh yeah, this was like a daily level. We'll check that out. So I need to just forget about all this stuff, and I think I should just delete them honestly, because I don't even remember dealing with any of this. But just in case it's something I might need, I'll just put them in that group. So everything is taken care of now. We have clean shots. These ones are nowhere, right? Horizontal array. Who are you? What's in here? I just group them just in case. All right, so what is this? Oh, this side we also need to group. I feel like I should just delete them honestly. We're gonna do that, and now we have clean charts on both sides. This is nothing you need honestly, one side is enough. But I like to watch that 1 hour time frame when I'm taking trades on the 1 minute time frame, right? So you're kind of in sync, or you kind of see what's going on in the high time frame too. But with this strategy, I'm beginning to think you don't even really need a lot of that honestly. But we're still streamlining it and seeing what we need, what we don't need. I feel like someone is on and ain't supposed to be on. What's going on here? Oh, these are not grouped, that's why. Let me just put them there. So I'm just putting everything somewhere. Now we have clean charts, and what we're gonna do is eventually, I'm gonna delete all that. In the meantime, they can just be there. Do we have clean? Yes, and this side is also clean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight. Just want to see what's really going on from the monthly perspective, monthly whatever. By 12 we should be done. We do have this fair value gap here, which I think is marked on some. Let me see. First of all, this is what I wanted to see. Hold up on the daily time frame. Just give me a second here. Okay, because I put this in a group just to study, and let me make sure it's locked so I don't delete those. So we do have equal lows here, and with a fair value gap. And what I'd seen before reading price in my whatever experience I have is once we have equal lows and a fair value gap, the market tends to just drop it like it's hot, man. They just go through it, maybe come and retest that area and keep going down. So I just want to see if that's what's gonna happen, if we ever drop again. But seems like this was the low, April 25th, 7th April, because we're really going up, and seems like this is the monthly. We do have this breaker here, right? Low, high, lower low, and we just broke with so for me, my breaker, man, I just don't do the bodies. I do every candles that are there. If there was just one up, then that would be the whole breaker for me. Now we have two, so I'm just gonna use all of them. So I think that stands, kind of speaks for such things as this, right? So I'd have my stop loss at this low, if not at this low, and we just close above it. That's all I want to see, body close, and pretty much that's what my strategy is like anyway. When I take my trades on a smaller time frame. So this is what I'm looking at. So on monthly it's gonna take a while since you see a breaker, but on the 1 minute you kind of see them all the time, which makes it gotta be careful which one you choose, right? So that's what I'll be looking for. So this happened on the 31st of March and the 1st of April, and the breaker was confirmed on the 29th of April. So once we break, I wait for the touch. So if I was doing this trade, my entry will be right there. And I know this is inside, but pretty much that's what. Is it inside or hindsight. My stop loss will be just below that, the low of my breaker right there. And probably what would I be looking for? Honestly, I'll just hold on this one and pretty much just go for that one symmetrical swing off, if this is what was coming down to take liquidity, right? So manipulation and then the expansion, maybe manipulation, distribution, blah blah blah. AMD accumulation, was this the accumulation? Maybe, I don't know. And then we manipulate and then distribute. So this is kind of where I'd have my TP, which is 1:5.85, but these highs here look good too. Or I'll just go for 1:3. Once we get to 1:3, I'll pay myself like 80%, break even maybe, and then leave a runner, because we do have these highs here. That'll be a nice place to pay yourself. And then look at that fair value gap there. That'll be a nice place to pay yourself, and maybe those highs. That's good. But I'm thinking if we do get up here, so that's just my analysis on a monthly time frame, then probably we should get up there. And if they really want to go, then that right there will be my end zone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I don't know if we're gonna get there, but just for feel good purposes, I'm gonna mark that. Where is this? Yes, we have it, and I want to make sure that I know it's on the monthly time frame. And then I'm going to add which one? Add it here. No, what I'm gonna do is I just want to watch that and see if that's a thing. So I'm gonna form a group for those two, and then I'll call it a monthly, and then I'll leave it alone. That's just for me to see if that's what's gonna happen, like long term. And then I'll just put this way down here, or just about there. Just don't touch it, brother. Together with this guy here, those are things I want to see if that's gonna happen, but also on a monthly time frame. So in future, when we have big bucks and we can't afford to mess around in lower time frames, this is kind of what can be looking for. Imagine how many breakers happen in a month, in a year, in a monthly time frame. And when we get to that point, we will check, we will see what we can do with that. All right, so let's get back to, do I want to keep this too? I should, just to make it clear. So you can go to that monthly, whatever. Yep, and I think I need to mark that as well. So I'm going to change that to a breaker, and it's on the monthly. I just need to do this. There can be M, and I'll put that on the monthly time frame up there, and we're Gucci, we're good. Delete that. So that was just by the way, nothing to do with what we're doing today. All right, let's go. Now all we're doing is Alanka. Hey, Mr. Wundi, Mr. Karadi, ndio naanza analysis. So wacha tuone leo itakuwaje. So unaanza monthly, alafu tuende polepole hadi 1 minute time frame, alafu tujue trade tunaingiaje. So tunangoja hii candle ya 11 to 12 ifunge. So kutoka saa 6 ndo tutaanza kutafuta trade cap tutakuwa nayo. So wacha tufanyie analysis. Let's do, oh crap, it's okay. So let's do this analysis. All I just said is I'm gonna be taking a trade from the 1 minute time frame after the 11 to 12 candle closes. So we have like 20, how many minutes do we have left? We have 17 minutes left, 18. So let's do this real quick. So seems like we're bullish. Kudo. We do have a fair value gap over there. I'm not gonna mark it, it's just too much. So on the monthly, but it's good to know it's right there. So let's go. Actually, I'll just mark it, why not? Kone. It is just right there, and it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. This is how it looks like on the weekly. So looking at this, I am going to do this. I'm gonna get rid of that monthly and probably just have that weekly volume imbalance. We traded up with a body close. Seems like we're getting some sort of resistance to the downside, but we're also pushing up. So I'll just do this volume imbalance on the weekly, which is a level I think I had marked last week, but we're just gonna look at these things fresh again. And I think I should mark that weekly high right there, weekly high, previous week high, and this is the current week low right there. I don't need to mark it. So we're done with the weekly. I don't see so much whatever, because we're gonna be looking for a trade on the 1 minute time frame, so this is just too far-fetched. I just need some major levels here, and then we can know what's happening. So this is yesterday's high. What is this? This is Friday. No, this is Monday. So this is Friday's high, which also happens to be the previous week high, so they didn't go above it on Sunday. So we're gonna do Friday high, since I can say previous day high, because previous day was yesterday, Sunday, and for some reason TradingView does not show Sunday. I don't know why. So okay, I think we're good here. This is a pattern I used to like. When I see this, it would kind of show me that, you know, there's a willingness to go up, where we have like, what is this, a hammer, a doji, whatever, a hammer. Like this was once green, because we opened here, they went up, and then it came down and closed bearish. So you'd have thought that we'll keep going down. So what happens? The next candle opens and goes up, then the next one comes, opens, and then goes down, and then it's pushed up. So you can see like that's, so we don't really know how this daily candle is going to close, but if it closes bullish, then I think tomorrow we might see something like come retest this area and then go up, because now we can see at least 3 days of some bullish pressure, or that bearish pressure was just taken out after having some bullishness, and any attempt to go down is now being reversed. So I'm thinking today maybe we might see them trade up to this high. I don't know, we'll see. And look at this right here. What is this? It's a fair value gap over there, and we closed above it, so this should be like a resistance area, so I'm not gonna mark that. Let's go down to the 4 hour. After this, actually I can just go to the 1 hour. I'm pretty much done with the analysis, at least. So this is how the 4 hour looks like. There's that volume imbalance over there, which I think I'm going to mark, and that is what we are working on right now, volume imbalance on the 4 hour. So what I'm gonna do is take this one back, because we already know we are in that volume imbalance, the weekly one right here. We are inside of it right now, so this is the one that we are currently working. So we might see it close completely, and then maybe get, you know, reversal to the downside, and they can come and do the rest tomorrow. I don't know. That's it. So this is the 4 hour. I'm gonna mark that 4 hour low, just in case we decide we want to keep going down. No, it's the current 4 hour low. So does that matter? So what I'll do is I'll just say the previous 4 hour high, so in case we start coming down, that's a nice target over there. Let's go to the 1 hour, and pretty much this is where we're gonna be checking out if we have a setup today or not. All I'm looking for is, once this candle closes in the next 13 minutes, the next one I want us to go up above this previous candle and then show a willingness to come down, and then that low is my target. Of course, we'll see how it will behave once we get to that 4 hour high, but right there's my target. So if I don't want to close everything, in case that works, I'll close like 80% and then leave a runner to see if we can make some more moolah to the downside. But honestly, once we get there, everything is being closed, man. Why lie? And that's it. So this volume weekly one, I'll just put it on the side here. Actually, I'll just make it to disappear a little bit. Come here, make it less light. Sawa, watch out one. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if we have something or not. So now the only other thing we have to do is wait for this candle to close and then see if we have something or not. We are no longer chasing the market. We don't have to get trades every day. We just getting smart by the day. So we do have a breaker here, if I would say. So that's the last up candle. We shot to the downside, took this low and kind of another low over there, and this could also be a breaker. It's just not too, but it's just right there, gray. I also need this in gray, so I do mark my breakers in gray. Look at this. This is a breaker. I'll call this a bump, but this is nice because we have a high, we have a low, low, high, low, low, and we break above it, right? But yes, we did, because my breakers, as I say, I have to see a candle close above that zone, and then look at this right here, it just comes down, touches that last up candle, and then it just shoots up. So if I was to find a target for this, how would it be? Bruh, I think there's a high chance we might get a reversal over there. So taking the fib from this low to that high, I think I'm fabricating things here. Let me just do it like this. So low, high, low, low. Okay, this is not clear for me, but it's all good. It's usually like a smart, because now we have one low here, another high, another low, another low. So I don't know which one to use, but if I would just take this as a whole, like that low and that high and this low, and where we crossed up to touch that breaker to move up, then this right here will be a nice place to reach, and then maybe reverse or something. So we'll see how that goes. Okie doke, so I am done with the higher time frame, whatever. So this is my lower time frame right here. So looking at the 5 minute, what do we have? Let's go to the 1 minute actually, and then kind of compare with what the EMAs are doing. We are too bullish. Honestly, when I'm looking for a short, I usually like when 50 is below 100, and if I'm looking for a long, I like when 50 is above 200, because this is the 50 EMA, this is the 200. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. And this is the pattern I will be looking for. This is nice. Look at that last two down candles before we went up, and then we broke down, closed below there. There's this one is paired with a fair value gap, and that right there is the pattern I'll be looking for. So I hope this is not the high of the day, because this happened to me last week, where the pattern formed before the 1 hour candle closure. So before I would be jumping on this right here, I'll be already I would be already in this. Hey, English. That right there will be my entry. My stop loss will be up here, and then looking for a target. But now I have to wait for that 1 hour candle closure. So that means sometimes I'll be losing trade, and that's okay. Now we gotta stay safe, man. So what would happen is it would come take me out, the same pattern would form again, I would enter, it takes me out. And then finally the real pattern of, the actual pattern that's gonna work now forms. But now I'm so beat up, I don't feel like taking another trade, and then you just watch your setup going to work, like going to fruition. That sucks. So we gotta slow down now. Even if it's getting one setup a week, we are Gucci, we are good. Well, so that's one thing that seems to be, that will be working against us. The other thing I would maybe want to see is if the next hour, if we can open and then the next hour just comes down, and then now we go in and kind of join in with the momentum, that would be nice. We'll see. So 8 more minutes to the closure of this, whatever, 7 minutes. So this EMA is not helping us today, and we'll see how that goes. So I like to go on the 5 minute time frame, and I like to mark those 5-minute fair value gaps. They kind of strong zones for scalping. And I'll pull it to what 5-minute. That's the color I give those 5-minute fair value gaps. I have another one here, those 5-minute gaps. The bodies are not overlapping. They seem to be, and those are the only two I'm seeing in this run here. So this is good, because this right here could be a low resistance liquidity run, and so this should be like a strong pillar, or this is gonna be a walk in the park until where we have these lows here, right there. And I'm wondering if that's the previous 1 hour low. No, 5 a.m. So we do have some stop losses down here, so we'll see how that goes. Now that 1 minute, anyway, we'll see. Pull this to 1 p.m. After 1 p.m. I don't like taking setups. I like to be done with any trade I take after 1 p.m. because any trade I take after 1 p.m. the probability to work is kind of low, because sometimes you get a nice setup and it starts working for you, but then the momentum just dies, and then when the market opens again at 3, the dynamics have changed and price now wants to do something else, and you find yourself outside the picture. So this is a setup that I would have taken if I'm not requiring the closure of the 1 hour, which sometimes clearly it's keeping me out of trades, but it's okay. So that'll be the fair value gap, that'll be the breaker right there, and this one we are missing it. Damn it. It's all good. Oh, breaker paired with a fair value gap right there. I like to put that fair value gap in purple, so this would be my entry right here. That right there will be my entry, my stop loss about there, and we will be looking at 2 hours already. Yeah. You formed at the wrong time, stupid. So I think this is something that I need to add in my journal as well. But how many times did your setup form before the 1 hour closure? Because I've seen this a lot now. I'm seeing this a lot. Anyway, the other play was, let's see if this is gonna come down, take out that low, and then we join on the momentum to the upside, which is okay, which is a high probability, which is likely to happen, and then we can be in sync with these EMAs, which pretty much the EMAs, they're just showing you what price was doing. It's not like they are a definite whatever, it just shows you what price is doing. So that's why they are like this, because if we start coming down, the EMA start coming down. But you can use that as a tool as well to see what price was doing, and you can use that to measure and see if that's what's gonna keep on happening. So what breaker was this? And like, oh, this is on the 1 hour. I like to, this was a bump, and you can see the last hour before we shut down took this low, went up. Look at how this candle came and touched that high, and this is on a 1 hour time frame. This happened at 7 a.m. in the morning. I just showed up, and nobody gonna be in front of the charts at 7 a.m. someday maybe. This is also an invert. Hold up, where did I get this one? Oh, it was, price was right up here when I was marking it, so it's now an inverted 5. We have 3 minutes, and I really do think that's the high. I'll put this on top, making noise here. I'm gonna have those markings on top, So I really do think that this is gonna be the high of this. Oh my god, this is nuts. Ay, 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 ay. You happened at the wrong time, man. What's going on? That sucks. Nice setup, beautiful setup, but I couldn't take it because I have to wait for the 1 hour candle closure to whatever. My guy. Okay, we're now working that 5-minute fair value gap over there, which is kind of why I like having those marked out, because you can see the reactions that are happening. And even if you go to the 1 minute, you can see we close below that 5 minute, and then you can see price just come into that zone and use it as resistance to shoot down. Now we're seeing support forming on this 5-minute gap here. Even though I'm not gonna do anything about it, I just like to see those reactions. Trying to wonder what's gonna happen here. Okay, just 32 seconds to the closure of this. I need this to sync. So pull that to 1 p.m. That's that 1 hour high, and pull this to, I do hope that's the 1 hour low, which most likely it is. So then this is now my play. What up? So in 8, 9, whatever, take that low and then let's shoot up. Hopefully this is a fake, whatever, to the downside, because we can see now we do have a down candle. We went up, shut down, so that's a 5-minute breaker right there. All I can hope for is that it's fake. I hope that is fake. Now I need you guys to drop down like it's whatever. So we should be ready here to see if we can hit that play to the upside, but what's the probability though that we are on the right side here, inside, and then be in the center, yeah, and then we'll be on the top so we can see. No, be in the middle. I want, oh, that's the 1 hour high over there. Okay, okie doke. So we're ready here, man, to see if we're gonna get a setup, or if this just wanna keep going down, then we're just not gonna be in this play. It's that simple. And then journal that and study, see how many times, you know, because I think I've seen this trade do the same thing again last week, where, okay, so now what I'm hoping for is, now let's go up, bro, so we can get in sync with this 50 and whatever. So let's just hope that was a another retracement, can touch that 200 and then bounce up from there. So let's get ready, see, we do have something here. Let's get ready to rumble. So far my bounce zone is this candle over here, which we don't like that. It's too far. I need them to keep going down so we can get a better value, because this is where I'm taking out my trade, right? My stop loss is gonna be down here. That's not so much. So if that happens, if that indeed they do come and trade, use it as support, I'll still put my stop loss here, but once we get here I'll just break even and then see if we can go up further, because that's nothing right there, man. No, unless we just get crazy and anyway, we'll see. So $50 instant, we ready to rumble, bro. Boop. So this 5 minute is now inverted. I'm just gonna keep it there for study purposes, but I'm gonna just take it out the way because you've done your job. So now we have this one here, which is what I'll be looking at. So if we do get there, maybe reduce our risk by half at least. So this would be nice if we can trade below this low and then maybe go above it, so we can use it as the bounce to shoot up. But also remember that there could be a high probability that we are done with the high. Now if I do delete this, it's gonna delete that too. Sucks. So I don't want to change whatever, but this can easily be used as an inverted, and we can use that as our entry. But that would be me changing strategies. I don't want to do that. I pull this to 3, 6, whatever, doesn't matter. Call it 1 hour high, and that will be a 1 hour low. That's what we're looking at. And we just chill, man. We just chill and see how this goes. Okay, let's see what the 5 minute looks like. Damn it. Whoa, yeah. This right here, man, we do have this low high, low paired with a fair value gap, an inverted. Jesus, this looks like a short play to me, man. But I am skeptical after we've taken the previous 1 hour high and then there's a setup to go short. Yeah, if that's a setup I'm gonna miss, that's okay. I'm just gonna have this here just to see if there's anything there. Kunkudo, you still there? So I would have loved if we went below this low, so I can use this up candle as my entry. So I still have to use this. So what I'm gonna do though is already I'm seeing a lot of setups, I'm seeing a lot of things that could be, you know, using that as an inverted 1 minute. So that right there could be your entry already, and your stop just maybe below this candle here or below that low. See if we can use that to bounce up, but that is not in my, that's not my thing. So if that fails, I'm gonna beat myself. So let's just keep waiting. I like this. This is okay if we can trade below this low. The thing is, then I also don't want to see us leave like those low resistance liquidity, right? We do have a swing low over here and another one so close, because price is likely to come and take those out. I want to see something clean, man. This is not clean. So see something like that, that will be clean, as clean as this right here. So whoever took this setup, man, you are done for the day. I hope you're out. Or not. Now this is a swing high, that's a swing low. We went up, came down, we leave, seems like we live in a fair value gap up there. So that's a breaker forming at this 1 hour low, which is a setup that I've seen before. where they form a breaker at the low of that 1 hour and price just keeps going down. I really do not like this. If we come and trade above the high or this one, leaving equal lows here, I might just let that setup go. I might just let it go. I need to see something clean. I'm gonna get this out of the way, but that could be a nice place to reach. Look at that inverted. We paired with this fair value gap, we do have something here, but it's forming on the wrong direction. That right there, I'm gonna give it a different color, green maybe. So a breaker forming inside of range, because the current range we have right now is that high and this low, at least on the one. Let me see on the 5 minute, this low and that high. That's a breaker right there, down, up, down, low, 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 high, low, low. Again, the body's been kept below this down candle here on the 5 minute. See that? The probability we could be going down, and on the 5 minute time frame, I can't see any fair value gap here, so maybe just order blocks. But that's seems like we're just gonna be swimming here. So if I took this short, this is something I'll just maybe pay myself something and then just leave a runner to at least somewhere where here. That's low. Maybe start, but anyway, I'm still hoping for us to go and find a better high of the day. My brother, this one is just going without you now. Why didn't they wait for that one out to close and shoot down? You know, I'm thinking I need to start incorporating session highs and session lows, because I'm thinking we might have gone above the London high maybe, which is, where would it be? Okay, this 15 minute. Let me add that indicator, sessions. Tokyo, London, exactly. This is the current New York, but this is yesterday. Anyway, we'll check that out. We will check that out, boy. In the meantime, let's just, I wonder what is this one I have here. FX market sessions. New York, Tokyo, London, which is also has its own tricks too, because if that's what you're waiting for, then you're gonna look for any breaker you see above any session, and yeah, bruh, you're fine. You don't need so much. Just work with what you have. Trading sessions, I'll just keep that there just to, or maybe 1 minute is too much. You can just wait for like a 5 minute setup to form. If this is what I'll be trading, session highs and session lows. Look at how it traded below that below Tokyo right there. And then you wait for 5 minute breaker to form. So nothing here, and we get the first one after taking out this low. This is on hindsight by day, so if you're too aggressive, that one right there. If you're careful, maybe you can combine all of this. Trade above, we touched it, and we just shoot. Oof, Jesus, what time was that? At 6:30 in the morning. Okay, hold up. Look at this. This is now my bounce zone here. But I'm gonna wait for 5 minute fair value order block to confirm. But if I wanna be aggressive, that one right there is something. So let's get ready to rumble. We might have something here. Breakout. Or just have that in gray. We might have something here. But I need to see a 5-minute order block confirm. The reason for that is this is just we kind of we just kind of going down, right? So yeah, I've done those early entries and you just keep getting knocked out. So at least if I wait for a 5-minute order block to confirm, where I need to see a 5-minute green candle form above a previous red candle, at least then I can comfortably look for longs. And if I'm taken out, then I'm okay with that. This right here could be a nice entry. We must stop loss down here. We could make way more. Especially if this is it and we go all the way up there. We could be looking at least 4R. But at what cost though? At what cost, you know? At what cost? So pretty much in the next 44 seconds. So I still have to wait for an additional 5 minutes just to see how the next one will close. If we can close above that down candle, let's just say that happens, then we can get something. So from that low, let's say that's where I entered to that low, and what we're looking at 1.89, which is pretty much good and a safer entry, but less value, because this right here can easily trade to that low. So let's just wait and see how that goes. And then again, remember that we do have a low high and a lower low, so they're probably working that right there. We had a close below, so that's some sort of resistance over there. And we can see this baby go down to at least here. You can see them trade at least that one symmetrical swing of this manipulation, if that is a manipulation right there or not. So this right here is good for me, right? So at least we've traded below that low. So if we do close above that high, which we already have, it looks good. That's the current bounce zone over there. This candle has closed below, but immediately it gets shot up. I still have to wait for a 5-minute order block to confirm, which seems we'll be getting one. And that right there gives me some confirmation that, you know, we could be having something. But I do have to wait for at least 3 minutes. So I'm going to step away from my charts right now for a little while. I have 3 minutes before I can even consider entering. So I need to see how this kind of will close in the next 3 minutes. And then we'll just come back and look for a bounce zone. Probably could be this one. And that will be fine. So I hope it stays like that. So I'm gonna step away from my charts for a little while here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so still nothing here. So yeah, I think that 5-minute fair value order block is a nice filter, honestly. So nothing here. So we're just gonna chill. I don't like this again. Me don't like this. This equal lows, bruh. Excuse me more. Oh, as I said, I need to upgrade this trading view because I need to see I need a third whatever. I need a third chart. Not that I need it, but I think it will be better so I can see what other guys are doing. The problem is, if right now I switch to go see what US30 or US500 is doing, all these levels will transpose to this side. We don't like that. We don't like that. So it looks like it's better to look for a short here, but it's nothing in my plan for now. So I don't like how they left that low. So even if this thing happens, I don't think I'm gonna take this trade. Or maybe just go in half the risk I would normally take. I don't like that at all. I need to see some clean price action. Like this here, this was clean. It just happened at the wrong time, man. 11:44. So the setup happens from 11:40 to 11:48. Not really. Okay, so that's the breaker. This right here. My breaker. Low, high, low, confirmed here. So the retest, and you can see candles just stay within this red candles here. Oh, black candles here, bearish candles. We shoot down, so I like that. This is good, and I was kind of suspecting that we should at least get to that one symmetrical swing over there of this. Wait a minute. Yeah, so assuming that's the high, so we trade up, so take that whatever, so stops over there, and then we shoot down, confirm that low, high, low. So from that high to this low, we close down here, so that will be our entry. Stop loss maybe up here, or at least an aggressive entry will be above the high, and we shoot down. We still quite haven't touched that linear over there, but so far if we're going up, this is now my bounce zone, and I think we can get a better value for that. What time is it? It's now 12:23. Was that really the high of the day right there? It's a red candle, man. It's red. What's the probability they're gonna turn that to green? I don't know. What's the probability this is gonna turn green? Okay. I think usually if it was red, they like black, like bearish, even though they reverse it, they try to shave it off, they don't give a fight and just try to close bearish as well, even though they're not gonna like go down so much. So could be a no trade day, but just in case that setup forms, I am taking it, because Kuza 1 hour is bearish, and that's a swing high forming right there. So the next candle opens, we're looking at maybe taking this 1, 2, 3 to that 1 hour break over there. Swing high, 1, 2, 3. So yep, I saw this setup form again, journaling last week. The breaker formation just below the previous 1 hour low. I'm curious though, what are we gonna do when we get here? I wanna see that. Once we get to that one symmetrical swing, it's not easy. Take it back here. So we're still waiting for a setup to form, a clean one. Right now I'm looking for a bullish entry, but we are in clearly. I like this too. Look at that, man. Touch. Touch. There's a clean trend line over there. 50 is above 200, but 200 is kind of starting to slant down now. I hate taking trades when the 200 is straight like this. Another filter to whatever is, if you're taking a bullish setup, then the daily needs to be bullish. But you know, so this is currently the bounce zone here. Am I comfortable taking it? No, I need to see a 5-minute order block confirm. After 12:50, then I can dump that 5-minute order block requirement after 12:50, because that one is, hey, we go, you know, we get beat or we win big. 4 views, that's dope, man. That's dope. I'm curious. I need to see what time zone is India. India time zone. GMT +5, +5.5. Why is India off by 30 minutes? Why are you saying off? What? They found themselves halfway between 2 meridians and therefore decided to be 30 minutes between each. Okay, as opposed to adopting one time or the other. So I didn't know that India is all right. We do have a bounce zone here, and woo! Look at where we're bouncing off of that fast symmetrical swing right there after we hit that breaker. You see that? That is not a coincidence. That seems to be something. That breaker, the leg that confirms the breaker, if you use that leg to get your whatever, that's something. So that could be a thing right there. Once we close above it, you can use that as a bounce to go up. But I do have a rule: wait for the 5-minute confirmation to form. 5-minute order block, which will be nice, which will be this candle here. So we're just gonna have to wait. I wish it can happen in the next 1 minute. It's coming close up there. Let's use that whatever to go up. So in the meantime, let's see if that's the, no, it's not. Now, do I need 4 screens? No, 4 whatever, 4 divisions here. So I can just keep this one on the 1 minute and then have a 5 minutes. Or hold up, wait a minute. Don't we do have an indicator that can help us with that, right? Yes, we do. I think it was made with 2 degrees and FX4. I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. I don't have it. I think it's the pro version. FX4 model. No. This is the daily candle. I don't need to see the daily. I have it, whatever. 5 minute. It's not this one. Which one is it? Order blocks and breaker blocks. I don't want to see no other blocks. Bullish breaker. How is this a bullish breaker? How's that bullish breaker? Bruh. Again, I don't like this. It close, even if we do close above that. I don't like this. What I would like to see is this. You see how we take that low and then immediately trade above that high. Once we touch that, bro, we're going in. But now when they start doing these games, we're just predominantly bearish here. And nothing I can do about it. But just wait. Because again, we also have this 2 to 2.5 that we can easily trade to. You know? Right there. So I'm gonna have that marked in case they want to keep on going down. This is what I start doing when I stay in front of the charts for so long, man. Before you know it, or it's also a nice way to have fun with the charts too. Swing low on the 5 minute. Is there something I'm missing on the 30 minute? That was a fair value gap that we tested to go up. Maybe we're retesting it. We do have this. See that? Inverted. Everything is just screaming we're going down. So even if we were to come up on a higher time frame, we have some shots to the downside. But what time is it for that to materialize, you know? The market is just about to close, so why would this be important right now? Anyway, I'm bullish, so I want to see that fail. Yeah, look at this equal lows here. So that's not a setup I should take. I don't like to see that. It looks better when it's like this. Oh yeah, we're gonna change that to we now have 8 if you want. You can't even see it. That 1 hour high is just too, so it's just right there, so why not take it? This 1 hour low here, it's just right there, why not go for it? That right there, previous 1 hour high. Just do old 1 hour low. Just right there. It's just too on my face though. Let's change that to this. Just right there. It's now 12:35. I don't trust that, man. I don't trust it. But we did get to that one symmetric or whatever, so it might be. I just don't like it though. So maybe I might want to keep it simple. Maybe wait for this up candle to be for price to trade above it, then have my stop loss a little bit where I can make 1:2 if we do trade up to the high. I don't know. So this right here is a 5-minute. If we close above, which we could have something here. Not the best, but we'll see. If we can close above this open price, just close above with the body, then we have two PDRs. There are actually three things have happened. We traded below that low, we've traded above this 5-minute fair value gap as it is of right now. So if we close above, it's gonna be inverted, and we've confirmed a 5-minute order block. So that to me sounds like a good, like something good to take. And then on the 1 minute, we've traded below, we've traded to that one symmetrical swing at least. So we could be having something here. So I'll find out in the next 3 minutes though, because I'm waiting, man. I'm not rushing to take no trade here. I have to wait and see. So if maybe I can miss this one, but I do have another one here which still will be nice. That right there is the other bounce zone I want to use. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this here, 1SD, and just name it on the 1 minute, so I can delete this or make it smaller. So that's out the way. So we'll know in the next 2 minutes how this candle closes. I like what I'm seeing so far, and we'll have three things: trade below that low, inverted 5-minute fair value gap, confirm a 5-minute order block. I like this. So I might divide my 1%, have half 0.5 an aggressive stop loss here, and then the other 0.5% risk below that low, and that right there is my target. I don't know why, looking at the 15-minute or even the 30-minute, we do have yeah, look at these guys. So we do have, no, on the 15-minute, oh, was it the 5-minute? Yep. Where did I see that dynamic? That invite, never mind. Oh, this right here, see that? That's an inverted. But we haven't traded below any lows, so so in the next 1 minute, let's see how this closes. If no 5-minute order block confirmation, I am gonna be staying on my butt, on my BUT, but I can take a shot. Nope. Okay, already I don't like what I'm seeing here. So in the next 44 seconds, so we can go down and watch this on the 1 minute. So this needs to close above. If not, let's just chill and see. Problem is they can also just come here in the next 5 minutes and then now vamos. It's fine, I can miss that trade, I don't mind. Again, look at this, we have equal lows here. The only reason I would take this is how we traded to that one symmetrical swing. But just so you know, we are back at that breaker. See that down, up, down, where price came up to shoot down. We are there again. So maybe a better entry would be to wait and see if we can trade above this zone and just put a stop loss below here. That might be a better deal. If we don't see that, then probably good. Look at the 5 minute, it's been reversed, right? So looking at the 1 minute, again, I said we could come here to see it go up. So it's okay for me to wait for the next 5 minutes, because this has been used as, see this down candle that I've talked to about so many times, resistance. If we can trade above it to use it as support, see if we can get something to go up, I think that'll be smart. So this was my bounce zone, meaning we can close just above here. So let's see how that goes. So I need to change my breakers and my bounce zone. This is just an inverted whatever, so we just stay on our feet here. Hopefully this is not that day where I just, again, why would we need to trade up to here? But I like how we currently using that fair value gap over there. Let's see. Then we have this equal lows here. Me don't know. We keep waiting until something clean forms, but that's the play now. That's the play. I am not taking no shots, and if I'm taking a long, I wanna wait for this breaker right there to be traded above. And I'm gonna just have like an aggressive entry. Well, I just there, and the stop loss just below that breaker, or maybe this low. Let me see what we might have. Will we get up here? I don't know. Time's down, man. Still no 5 minute order block confirmed. We'll find out how this closes in the next 2 minutes. Okay, as we wait, let me see how much it will cost me to upgrade this trading view stuff. I think right now I'm paying like $29 a month for what I have. Where would we go? Mondays are usually my days, man. I usually get some good trades on Monday. Change plan, let's see. No, I'm currently paying $16, $17, $16.52. So the next tire is TIER is $24. That's okay. And I can have 4 charts per tab. So it's gonna be $29 a month plus taxes. Not bad. I can have 4 of these. I can have the 1 minute right there, the 5 minute, the 1 hour, and then another tab here to be watching the other people. So man, seems today I'm just off. Honestly, the trade just wants to keep going down. There's really nothing I can do about this. We do have those equal lows over there, so time is also winding up. It's now 12:44, 6 more minutes to 12:50. So even though we did get to that one symmetrical swing, there's also another goal here to get to that to 2 to 2.5 over there. So let's just keep watching the daily. As I said, of course, it's gonna give a fight, man. They just can. It's not easy for after this long drop for it to just be reversed. It can, but what I've seen is they do give a fight and at least go down a little bit. So my filters keeping me off of trades, but it's all good. This was a really nice shot right there, but I've also lost a lot taking those. I mean, I'm also lose taking the nice ones below the 1 hour, but it's okay. It's just fine. Let me see what we have here. So last down candle to go up. So dynamics have changed. We're gonna have to wait and see. So we could see till 50 just shoot to this level here, and then we just chill. there's nothing to stop price here in terms of fair value gaps, but other blocks maybe like demands here. We saw a few filters, man. The daily candle has to be in the direction you're trading. 50, I mean, not really filters, I mean like high probabilities. 50 EMA above 200 EMA. We trade below the previous 1 hour. The daily in the direction you want to take that trade. And then it's better if there's like a 1 hour fair value gap that you trade into, or at least a 5-minute fair value gap. I've not seen any of that today. Again, this setup I've seen before. This one I saw last week, where it forms even before the closure of the current 1 hour, of the previous 1 hour, whatever, and then a breaker formation forming just at below that previous 1 hour high. So we've reached that spot, which is the ultimate target. Four minutes to 12:50. So if I took this trade, that would be where I'm closing out everything. If I was holding, I want SD, I want to close at least something, and then here probably close everything at that 2 to 2.5. This is something I learned from TT trades. I think maybe ICT has also talked about it, which is kind of where we all learn from. But TT trades just put an emphasis on it, and on his YouTube channel he's talked way deeper about it. So 12:47. It's good that we got there, man. I'm gonna delete this now. But that was good, sweet. We are diving from that zone now. My bounce zone is now this one. I don't know if I want to take more trades now, because after 1 p.m. and things kind of die out. Man, we can see things happen still. So looking at the 5-minute, what do we have? We have a 5-minute. So that 5-minute was already traded to, but we have a clean one here with an inverted 5 in there. Nice spot for a short. So if I do get a trade, this is definitely where I would be taking something out, because we might not see us get up there. And yeah, seems maybe today we might not be taking nothing, and it's just okay. It is okay. It's okay. 50 just went below 200, but that's on the 1 minute time frame at least. On the 5-minute, we are now retesting that 200. That looks good. And then I think all of them now 50 is above 200. How about on the daily? 50 is way below 200 on the daily. But on the 4 hour it's above, and then on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute, on the 5-minute, we just touched that 200. Clean, and bouncing off of it. That looks good. Okay, how many more seconds to 12:50? I want to see what 12:50 will do. Now, am I comfortable taking a trade now? No. I feel like now it will be gambling. Gabbering. What was this for? Why did I put that, if I may ask? So in the next 28 seconds, we'll see what will happen here. Yeah, I was just looking to see if we'll take that low. That's okay. Oh, that's a 1 hour low. So I was saying, oh, hold up. Take this back to 17 seconds. This needs to go to the 1 hour. We're forming a swing low, so if we keep going down, we'll take that low and this one, and predominantly this one. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. 12:50. Boom. Not so dramatic today. Not so bad today. Again, that's also that. It's a macro now. 12, 1, 2, 3, 50 macro, if that's a thing. Am I comfortable taking a trade now? No, not so much, but let me do some shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I took this trade, my stop loss way up here. What would I be looking at? 1.93, potential of 2R. So we are slowly getting there, you know, kind of slowly and slowly, kind of, you know, kind of, what do I say? Kind of seeing how far this strategy can take us or me. So, because I'm kind of seeing some patterns here. If the day is bearish and you're looking for bullishness, and I'm just talking about the time that I trade. If 50 EMA is above 200 EMA and you're looking for a short, if you're leaving equal lows, relative equal lows, you've left them and you're looking for some bullishness, your pattern has formed but you left behind some equal lows. So in this case, see how this will be clean if we trade below, and see how we've traded below that low, and then we come and trade above the high. That will be something I'll take. The thing is, again, time is not on our side. We come and close above that one, that would be nice. Touch it, stop loss right there. We can do it aggressively and then see if we can come back into this range. Let me have this in the middle for now. So then we can have a new 1 hour candle close in the next 8 minutes. So I'm not gonna be taking a trade. I might do maybe something small on this side, but that's it for today. So no trade day. The formation formed on the wrong side of the trade and it went down. So if this thing was reversed and it formed up here, bruh, deliciousness. How do you invert a chart? Because canvas, while still watching what price is doing. Can you do it on TradingView? So these are things that we also, you know, taking note of, so we can be more versatile. In the meantime, we just stick to what we know. Then slowly we can add a little bit more. Instead of changing your strategy, bro, don't change your strategy, just work on it. Know the ins and outs. Be okay with missing trades. And now we drop it like it's hot. Bye. Bye bye. Okay, I don't know how to invert a chart. I'm sure there's a way. Jesus, that thing is going. Invert trading view chart. Yeah, I knew that daily candle would give a fight. It's not easy for it to just reverse, so yep, it did give a fight there. The 1 hour candle swing low was taken down 1 hour, 1, 2, and 3. Typical. I think my biggest hurdle now is, bruh, it's okay, you have your strategy, but how do you just switch and just flow with the trend? Yeah, that one is gonna take some mindset, because I need to be okay if I lose. If I took that trade and then my setup formed and it went the other way and I took a short, I'll beat myself. I need to be okay on, hey, I'm gonna trade with the trend, and be okay if your setup now, if whatever forms, and that might lose. But so much was just showing, hey, swing low. I mean, not confirmed, but you gotta hope in when it's forming, right? And then we know that there's a high probability we're gonna be taking what, like at least 3 lows. I did mention that, so it's not like hindsight. And then I said I've seen this setup form below, before. A breaker entry below the previous 1 hour, and what I'm waiting for is a bullish breaker so I can go up after we trade below the previous 1 hour. So we know this is not something that I'm gonna be, but that I'm gonna easily take. So gonna have to change our mindset, looking at the higher time frame. Look at what's going on. We know so well the daily candle was once bearish, and they're shaving it off. Most likely it's gonna give a fight and close bearish. Even if it's not gonna trade all the way down here, they will most likely give a fight. We've seen that a couple of times. So mindset. So we keep taking journals and we will get there soon. So when you start winning every day, don't think that we just, it's a lot of mindset, and that's something you really can't learn from anybody. I don't think you can learn mindset from, maybe you can learn how to set your mind. What does that even mean? But mindset is something that has to be on an individual level. And I was listening to Mark Douglas, and he was saying that a lot of people have like teachers, whatever, these gurus, they have a working strategies, and they're trying to show people, but what they're really teaching is mindset. And you can't, mindset is just, I don't know how to explain that. This is now the second time I'm seeing this, bro. So maybe, what if I see that, if I was gonna take a 1% entry, if I just go half, I'll take 0.5% and go short with it. If it fails and the setup I'm actually waiting for forms, just go in with the other 0.5%. If both of them don't work, okay, you just lost 1%. If one of them works, you're in the money, right? So I'd simply have done the entry. I think that's a nice way to deal with that. Go half on your risk. Probably I would close everything here while but seems like we would have done a lot more. So that would be at least 1.5 hour, at least short down. But honestly, I would have closed everything here. So that would be 1 hour, just good. If that fails and the setup formed, then you go in with the other 0.5 hour. Maybe stop loss down here and make back your 0.5 that you lost, and another 0.5, 1:1. Just make back your loss over there. So soon we are gonna be working on that 200k account, or 100,000 Profam account, and I just want it to be smooth, man. Even if it's gonna be bumpy, it's not gonna be bumpy because of stupid mistakes. Let it be bumpy because the market can be bumpy sometimes, but in terms of how we execute, it just has to be flawless, man. So bingo, because some of these days, man, they're producing the best best entries ever. Why lie? Cause that trade right there, oh, shit, sorry for cussing. See that low right there, paired with a fair value gap right there, that low and that high, price just goes in there perfectly after closing below. So we do have a high, low, high, high, and we close below. Looking at the 5 minute, if I was waiting for that 5 minute order block confirmation, yeah, that would have left me so bad. But these things, they're producing the best trades, man. So 5 minute confirmation was weird, so it never came back. So damn. This is all hindsight. Now, would I hold for all this? But that's the potential, man. 1:16. Holy macaroni. It's okay, it's alright, it's okay, it's alright. Looking at the 1 hour. I ain't saying nothing, bro. Ooh. Is this one marked? Yes, it is. The 4 hour, whatever. It is marked on this side. Well, right there. That's where we kind of came in and we shot from there. That's good. So, have I not seen this play again? We trade above the previous 4 hour high, and then we come down. So if I was to, let me close all of this. Let's do it on this side because we're kind of noisy here. Anyway, we have no trade today and it's all good. So I'm just gonna journal this and just say, bro, today we had no trade. And there's a breaker that formed over there. They just walked without us, and it's okay. This is the second time I'm seeing this happen. Out of what I'm really looking for is for that breaker to form, but for it to be bullish, right? But in this case, it just formed and gave us a beautiful bearish run, and you can see that's the down, up, close right here. Touch it first time, came down, went and touched it the second time, and now we had that trade to the downside. 1250 happened where? Right here, shot up. Seems like they came to that volume imbalance over there, and then shot down. This is something I would try to chase, but there's just too much dynamics happening. It could have come here and then shot down, could have gone up to come down to keep going up. So yeah, that 1250 thing is just there for me to have fun with, and seems like we still keep going down. So we'll try again tomorrow. Wait for a clean setup. In the meantime, journal what we saw today and how we can increase our probabilities in the future to do a little bit something else, to do something different maybe. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna stick with that one thing for now and just what's the word I'm saying, and just adjust slowly without messing what we have. So that was it. I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 11:30. Thank you for everybody that joined in. Thank you for Mr. Alan Karani for leaving them some chats on the chat, some comments on the chat. And that is it. Trader Marina, and I'm out. See you tomorrow at 11:30. God bless you all, and I'm out. Peace. Okay, this is, oh crap, I can't hear myself. This was just a desperate entry that I entered. I don't know. I think we're just still bearish. I'm gonna just leave this running. We're just too near to that 1 hour low over there, and then it's past one, so yeah, just risking something small here. Anyway, I'm out for real. See you guys again tomorrow at 11:30. I'm gonna end this here.